Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're doing good. So this is just a quick follow-up video on my bridge unlock guide that I made a few days ago. If you have not seen it yet, I highly recommend to check it out because it may save you a ton of time in getting all the bridges unlocked in Black Badger Lake. So I'll leave a link in the comments and you should see a link pop up shortly, so please do check it out. Now in that video I did provide some incorrect information regarding the wooden bridge and the sawmill, so I'm just here to give you a quick rundown on using the sawmill for crafting and a rundown on logging. I do have some tips for you guys that you may not be aware of too, so please do stick around and let's get to it. Alright guys, so we are at the logging station at the moment. Basically these logging stations contain two types of logs. So you've got medium logs and you've got long logs. Now if I just go to cargo management, I'll just quickly show you. So you've got medium here and you just toggle to the right or left and you've got long logs. Now there is a total of 6 cargo items available for each type of log. So essentially you've got 6 medium logs, 6 long logs. And this seems to be the case on every other logging station as well, I believe. I have checked a few and it's the same amount of cargo, so just keep that in mind. It's not unlimited stock. So there are 2 types of trailers to transport these 2 types of logs. So you've got for medium logs you just need to buy the trailer called log trailer, and that's the trailer that's currently attached to the truck that I'm in. And then you've got for the long logs you've got, let me just switch over, just in my paystar here. So for the long logs you have 2 parts to it. You need to have a frame add-on, which you need to get from the garage obviously, and it is called the log carrier front. And then you need to jump out, get to your trailer store and get the log carrier rear. So this is required for you to carry the long logs. As you can see, I've got an example here of packed long logs. So let me just switch back to my as of. You can auto load the logs. There you go. So you can see that it consumed 3 cargo items from the logging station. So although you see this visual representation of like 20 logs on my trailer, you're essentially loading only 3 logs, and that's the max capacity for the trailer, and that applies to the long logs as well on my paystar. It looks like there's quite a lot of logs there, but really you're carrying 3 items and it's 3 logs. So I'll show you as an example. If I unpack the cargo, you will see obviously there's 3 logs. It's a little bit weird, but I can see how the devs, that like you can't really work around that. That's, you know, let's just assume that you flip this trailer. You can't expect to be sitting there hours on end just trying to pick up each log or a couple of logs at a time. So I get that. You know, it's gonna be a little bit hard to do, so I guess that's the best they could come up with. There is also a way of manually loading the logs, and obviously you need this fancy crane here. It is called the LP4 log loader crane. I believe all the heavy duty trucks have this as an add-on, and some of the off-road and heavy trucks classes have this add-on as well. Now you don't really need this crane, to be honest, because if you, by all means, you know, give it a go, see how it feels to load logs manually. But I guess the only reason why I would be using this is if there was a task that specifically required for me to use this crane, or in the case where I have flipped my truck, which I do all the time, because I'm driving too fast or something like that, and you need to load those 3 logs back onto the trailer. Now guys, if you are planning to manually load the logs, just a little tip: try your best to grab the logs from the center as best as you can. Reason being is, as you can see here, I mean, I'm clearly exaggerating this, but if you do not grab it from the center, so if it's leaning towards one side too much, the logs are going to drop vertically, and it's just not going to be that easy for you to drop the cargo into the trailer. And so by grabbing it from the center, it keeps the log vertical as best as possible, so it just makes it that little bit easier to load it on. Now, one more thing I wanted to add is that if you are planning to manually add the logs, whether it's long logs or medium logs, please do not add more than 3. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when you're auto loading, how it packs a maximum of 3 logs. If you happen to pack more than 3, like for example on my trailer right now I have 4 logs visible, and when I pack it, it will delete the 4th log, so it will delete anything above 3. So if I packed all 6 of the cargo from here, you're only going to have 3 at the end of it. One more thing, guys, if you see any errors when you're trying to pack your cargo, so for example if you're seeing some logs are placed unevenly, please align it with body to proceed with packing. There's a clear indication of what log is not packed evenly or placed evenly, and you can see it when you go into your functions menu. So you can see that we've got 3 logs, 2 of them are in the green, have a green circle, and 1 is in red. So if I was to just nudge that a little bit forward, okay, that was a bad attempt to nudge. There we go, it'll go into green, and I should now be able to pack this cargo. Alright guys, so we are now at the Sawmill in Black Badger Lake. Unlike other DLC maps, the Sawmill here, when you first arrive here, you will not have any wooden planks in stock, so just keep that in mind. You will need to craft wooden planks, and to craft wooden planks you obviously need logs, so you can use either medium logs or long logs. So I'll just go through the storehouse real quick. So we've got 3 tabs. The first tab is to load the logs that you have in your cargo into the storehouse. Second tab is the method of crafting the wooden planks. So you've got 2 ways to craft, as I mentioned. You can use 1 medium log to create 2 wooden planks, or you can use 1 long log to create 4 wooden planks. And the final tab is to load the cargo, the wooden planks that you have in stock, onto a bed. If you don't have your cargo packed, like so, and you access the storehouse, you will not have anything visible in the unloading cargo tab. And that's because you obviously need to have it packed in order to load the cargo. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, I don't recommend, this is just my personal opinion, it's entirely up to you how you do this, but I don't recommend stocking up logs in the Sawmill. And what I mean by that is, you don't need to go around the map and just stock up on all the logs and store it in the Sawmill, because you will have missions or tasks that require you to deliver logs specifically. For example, we've got repaying debts here, which requires 1 medium log to be delivered to the lake house. And so essentially here I would just go to the nearest log station, grab a medium log that's available, and deliver it here. What I would recommend is just to plan out the amount of wooden planks you need for whatever mission you're doing. For example, I still have to do wooden bridge, and this requires 8 wooden planks. And if you guys still have not completed this, I would recommend the best way to do this: once you arrive here, you will first need to unlock the railway bridge. Just follow this path up north from the Sawmill, and you'll arrive to the log station here. Just grab 3 long logs, bring it back to the Sawmill, and ideally what you're going to be doing is, just the same as what I explained before. You're just going to unload the logs. So now you will have the ability to craft a total of 12 wooden planks using the 3 long logs. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then obviously have 18 in stock, so I did have some in stock earlier. And so you'll just be able to then, you know, hit the next tab and have a truck here with a bed where you can just load on the cargo of wooden planks. And that's it from me, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please do give it a thumbs up. I am currently working on a guide for the Paper Factory Section A contract in Black Badger Lake. So please do subscribe and hit that bell icon for more content to come. Cheers.